right. Hello, party people. I'm sorry, but we only have one left after this. It's that bad. It is that fucking bad. Before I get into that, though, let's move over to this. Oops. Why is that not working now? Oh, because I clicked away from the window. Okay. How does it work? It doesn't want to work. Okay. Close that. Let's try doing this the right way again. There it is. Okay. So before I get started, I want to say thank you to the 96 people who are following me. Thank you very much. If you enjoy what I do and you want to support me, you don't have to spend money. Though, nobody likes to work for free. And, yeah, this isn't exactly a lucrative engagement that I've decided to put myself in. But I do love it. So it is what it is. But if you would like to support me without spending any money, you can like, share, comment, chat when I'm live streaming, follow, or subscribe, depending on platform. Obviously, you follow on Rumble, you subscribe on YouTube. If you subscribe on Rumble, it's going to cost you money, and I'm only going to get half of it. Up to you. Your money, do with it as you will. If you would like to support me financially, though, I would recommend that you go over to the Ko-Fi and fling me a few bucks there. Excuse me. If you would like me to read your message during a particular segment, particular video type, which will necessitate a slight announcement from me right after this, then just let me know what you'd like me to say in the Ko-Fi message. Quick heads up, Ko-Fi doesn't necessarily tell me how much you gave with each message, so if you want to add that too, that's fine. You're allowed to take credit for the good things you do. Now, the announcement. Speaking of live streaming, I've noticed that I don't get a lot of views on my live streams versus the amount of effort per view that I get for my videos. It is what it is. I love live streaming. I love interacting with people. I'm a very social individual. But it is what it is. And it would be failing my ruthless capitalist ancestors if I didn't realize that my ROI for effort is better. Well, it looks better if I spend the time video rather than live stream. So I'm going to be going back to my earlier episode, my earlier series, Monday Media Reviews, Terra Nova Tuesday. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do on Wednesday just yet. But of course, Thinking Man's Thursday and Fandom Friday. The Fandom Friday, that might be sporadic. Thinking Man's Thursday, equally so. But definitely every Monday, I will absolutely have something here. Every Tuesday, I'm going to try to have something Newfoundland related. That's likely to be folklore and or history. It may simply be a simple Newfoundland joke or an observation about Newfoundland jokes. Any number of possibilities. In any event, let's get into this. Oops, sorry about that. So, this is episode... No, it's not. Don't do this to me. What the hell? 1 second. That's... No, that's not right. Hang on. Yeah, no, it's supposed to be this one. Hang on. What the fuck are you doing, man? Properties. It's supposed to be this one. There we go. Now, what the hell is going on in the browser? Oh, I had to bring the browser back up. Why is it that one? It's not supposed to be that one. It's supposed to be... Oh, I see what happened. It's because I did a silly thing. Hang on. Doot. And there we are. Now we have the proper cover. I do apologize. I'm done boomerang, I swear. In any event, we move on to the very first image we get for this show, this episode. Yeah, it's Cat drinking and banging away on a piano. And eventually just literally banging the piano. Sure, okay. The acting in this... Ironically, there's a male director, and the acting is far more feminine coded. It's soap opera levels of melodrama in this one. But again, it is what it is. So she's having, I should probably read my notes. Kat appears to be having an attack of conscience after fucking Ben over thoroughly in multiple ways. And she's also then torn up about Marco, Flint. Yeah. Okay, fine, whatever. Moving on. Yeah, this is the one interaction between these two. And I did say this scene is the best interaction between these two characters so far. I'll say it again after the next one as well, but over and over, it is the supporting cast that continues to be the best human element of this series. Andrew Caldwell. This guy is so much fun. And he is... how did I put it? Andrew Lewis Caldwell is having an absolute 100% scenery-based diet. He is chewing the shit out of every scene he is in, and it is wonderful to watch. Yet again, the supporting cast proves to be one of the most entertaining elements of this series. Yeah. I don't know who did the casting, but that person, and I'm going to have to try to remember to look for the casting when I'm finished. Because whoever did the casting for this series did an amazing job picking people who were relatively unknown. I've never heard of Andrew Lewis Caldwell. I've never heard of Jack Houston, the guy who played... oh god, I've already forgotten his name, which is probably because I'm repressing every memory of this show I have as I experience it. But the guy who played the goon who was set up earlier, he was very good. Brendan Gleeson, relatively unknown, like he's not a household name, at least not on this side of the pond. I suspect in Ireland he might be fairly more popular. I would hope in the UK he's certainly better known. But Andrew Lewis Caldwell, this fella, he does such a great job. And with what isn't the best writing, but one of the things that they made a motif with this character, this megawatt character, is that he quotes a lot of Shakespeare. And Shakespeare is light years better than anything these people wrote. Yeah. Let me see. Moving on. Oh, yeah. It's her. She's still around. She's leaving, but she's still around. Yeah. Yeah, the anachronisms are getting worse. I mean, seriously? Say less? Really? Yeah. And I said here, does no one on the writing team understand how to avoid anachronisms? Do they even know what the word anachronism means? I'm willing to bet they don't. Kind of unsure if anybody on the production team, let alone just the writing, does. Oh, and then there's the other part of this scene that I thought was absolutely fucking hilarious. This scene absolutely failed the Bechdel test like nobody's business. The entire purpose of this scene was to talk about a man. Yeah, two women, and the only thing they talk about is men. And one man in particular, for that matter. Nicolas Cage. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, seriously, what the fuck are you doing? Is this meant to be a Brando impression? A Robert De Niro impression? Seriously, just mugging at the camera? That's not acting. You're a fucking Oscar winner, you twit. Do better. And for the record, I'm really beginning to think it was the director of Moonstruck who deserved that Oscar for the acting. The same way that I think the director here kind of failed in... What did I say here? No. But it struck me over and over and over watching this series and this episode. Cage is just being allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants. And it doesn't work. It's off-putting. It doesn't suit the genre. Do they understand they're working in a particular genre? It's not noir. It's not comedy. It's fucking superhero. And there is rules to that genre. But it is what it is, I guess. Oh, this, yeah. Apparently, and the trivia lets me in on a bit of this. This is apparently a holdover from when Nicolas Cage was working on the Into the Spider-Verse audio. This was one of the things he envisioned was this bar fight. Yeah. bear with me, because I'm not going to be nice about this. A matter of fact, we'll just move right to the soapbox. Yeah. For fuck's sakes, I saw that drunken fight coming a mile away. And even I had to think, no, there's no way they're going to have, the writers would not be that vulgar as to have the hero, and it's going to stay in quotes for the rest of this time, for the rest of this series. Which, when it comes to the question of, is he a hero? No, clearly he is not. He's not heroic in any way. But why would the hero pick a drunken brawl because of a bruised ego? Literally, the guys that he's beating up in this scene, they walked into the bar, had no idea who Cage was because he's hammering himself drunk without the mask on. They made a couple of odd remarks about the spider. Cage lost his shit. Sorry, Ben Reilly lost his shit at these young guys. Drunk, cocky. Why? Why would you do that? And then, like an actual hero would never fucking do, he goes outside, puts on his mask, goes back inside, and starts kicking the shit out of people who had no idea who he was. Then lifts his mask and talks to the same bartender that he'd been drinking with all afternoon. And the bartender doesn't know who he is, right? Fuck off. Anyway, I have an entire page rant here, so I do apologize, but you're going to hear every bit of it. It's one thing to humanize a character by showing a flaw. It is quite another to completely deconstruct. No, that word doesn't quite cover it. It's not strong enough. To disrespect the hero by making him a mockery. This isn't dark hero or anti-hero territory. Not at all. This is garbage human territory. This is the kind of person that if I met them in the street, I would avoid. This is a sour, sad, and shitty attempt to show a human side to a hero. And this is not how you do that. Heroes are heroes because they have virtues worth, emulating. My writing's a little... I was scribbling because I was ranting. The way Ben is written is arguably more schizophrenic than the way Cage portrays him. Yeah. I mean, do we need to go back? Yeah. We're supposed to side with the protagonist, not find them contemptible. Why are you creating a contemptible character and pretending he's a good person? Bear those three words in mind. They're going to come up repeatedly. This modern cynical shit was played out in pop culture 2 fucking decades ago. Back in the 90s. And well, not so much in the 90s. In the 90s, it was still kind of fresh to be cynical and a little flawed. Sure. But once you got into the 2000s, especially by the time you hit the mid-2000s, it's a played-out trope. Why are you still doing it? And speaking of played-out tropes, we have some more. This is not a creative endeavor. It's a cruel, callous, and absolutely uncalculated destruction of a character the writers should want the audience to relate to and applaud, not sneer at. I don't like that I'm watching a comic book show, a superhero show, something in the genre that I absolutely love, and all I'm seeing is something I want to go, brother, what's that, brother? it's like that. And then there's the choreography of the fight. Oh, man. And that shitty voiceover. Oh, that comes up in the trivia, too, and I will mention it. There's a point in the voiceover, or in the bar fight, where Riley webs a guy in the face and yanks and says, "Get over here!" But he doesn't say it with that much panache. Let's get over here. It's really delivered far too deadpan for what is suggested to be a Scorpion impression from Mortal Kombat. I mean, if I was doing it, my voiceover would at least sound like I meant it. Get over here! It's not that hard to put a little passion into your voice there, Nick. You can do it. I believe in you. The voiceover sucks. The choreography is so lackluster. It's as lackluster as any I've ever seen in any action piece. And I've been watching action stuff for damn near half a century. Yeah. Like, when I say one of my earliest memories is sitting on my parents' lap, and I can't remember whether it was my mother or my father, and watching Luke get his damn hand cut off in theaters, yeah, that's one of my earliest memories. I have seriously been watching genre for about half a century, and I've never seen fights that are this badly choreographed. And I've watched the Taken franchise. That's more of an issue of cameras, though, not choreography. Let's see here. Over here. Oh, yeah. The dialogue is cornier than canned fucking beef. Like, at one point, Cage is offered a drink by the bartender after the fight ends, and he goes, "Ha! Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha!" What? What the fuck are you Where's the director to go, "Cut. Nick, come here. Fuck are you doing? You're a superhero. Not a parody of fucking Humphrey fucking Bogart. What are you doing?" But see, Cage wanted to do a vaudeville version. Yeah, that's what Cage really wanted to do. He wanted to be in a vaudeville production. He didn't want to be in a modern superhero piece. Clearly. Yeah, what the fuck is this dialogue? Does this project not have anyone with the guts to tell Cage no? Did they even do more than one take? That's another question I've got too. How many takes are they doing? Did they only do one take of everything and just decide, okay, let's try and make a show out of this? Because that's how it feels. It really feels like it was just, okay, shoot this, shoot that, shoot this, shoot that, shoot this. Okay, now let's splice it together and make a story out of it. Hopefully. And apparently they had to do reshoots, and apparently they had to do a lot of ADR work, and apparently it didn't fucking help. Yeah. Robbie expressing my feelings about this character. Yeah, and why is Robbie suddenly his fucking conscience? Oh yeah, right. Wise black man trope. Yeah. But I'm supposed to be the racist, right? Nice try. Yeah. Moving on. Ugh. Yeah. Do you see the dialogue? Do you see the words she's asking in a black and white piece? Yeah. She's really asking that question. Yeah, she actually asked him, "Are you fucking yellow?" You're fucking kidding, right? There's a color-based gag in a fucking black and white production. So clearly the production was not started with the intention to do black and white as a priority. So that was clearly a lie. Yeah, for fuck's sakes, Hollywood is so stupid now, it can't even cover its own lies anymore. Hollywood used to be the magic of glamour, and glamour in the older magical sense, where you would cloud someone's perceptions. This doesn't cloud let me get that off her nose. It's just cute and funny. But this doesn't cloud perception. All this does is piss people off. Why? Why are you doing this shit? This is some of the most technically inept filmmaking I've ever seen. I mean, the writing is terrible. The act... Oh, Jesus Christ, Nick, what are you doing? What are you trying to be? Why are you acting like schizophrenic? I thought the end of fucking Wicker Man was bad, but apparently if we played this right at the end of it and kept the whole thing in black and white, it would be a continuance. Wicker Noir. Oh, sorry. Yeah, fuck me, it gets worse. Yeah, no, it really does. It does, in fact, get worse. Yeah. In that last scene, there's a moment where Ben... Sorry, I almost called him Nick again. Ben, because I'm talking about the character, accidentally lets it slip that he's the spider because he's drunk and he's just blabbering his mouth off. At which point Janet goes, "Yeah, I know." And then we cut to this. This is a montage of over and over memories of her walking in on Cage in various states, almost always drunk, not being particularly cautious about, having the spider gear on. Yeah. And I said, fuck me, it gets worse. Ben drunkenly lets slip to Janet that he's the spider. And then it turns out, he'd already been drunkenly revealing it for years. She already knew. which means, and the next line out of Robbie's mouth is, yeah, I knew too. And she knew that I knew, and I knew that she knew. So, when you two are sitting down to talk to each other, why are you never talking about how he's the spider? Like, the story, the earlier dialogue doesn't even intimate that. So, this is making it up as you go bullshit again. Again, Hollywood not being able to cover their own lies properly. I do apologize for all the swearing I'm doing, but Jesus. Yeah, soap opera levels of melodrama. Thank fuck I only have one more. Yeah. This is how bad this show is. My notes are degenerating to me consoling myself with the fact that I don't have to do this much longer. Can you imagine? The first lie. You're a good man, Ben Reilly. My only note, the fuck he is. This is something else. Because with no power comes no responsibility. You know what that made me think of immediately? Because of how very, very fucking sacrilegious it is to the source material, it made me think of this. Let the past die. Kill it if you have to. You're not allowed to create new icons. In fact, Hollywood not only won't let people create new icons, they're going to tear down every old one. Even if they're only peripherally involved with the old ones. James Gunn, this fucking show. It's like Hollywood doesn't understand that they used to be the place that was creating legends. Creating new mythos. Mythoi? Mythuses. Myths. I'm not sure what word to use. If you know, let me know in the comments. But it's like Hollywood has forgotten that they were supposed to be the fantasy factory. They were supposed to be the arbiters of... not even they were supposed to. They positioned themselves as the arbiters of taste, as the arbiters of aspiration, inspiration, things to look up to, things to emulate. What happened? Well, somewhere along the line, they got this idea that cynicism is cool. 30 years ago, cynicism was fucking cool. Okay? Now you need to actually start appealing to your audience again. Because your audience is no longer interested in watching movies like The Zero Effect or Zero Factor. Okay? Your audience is no longer interested in Heathers or Deep Blue Sea. We don't want to just see pointless spectacle. Once VFX rose to the point that anybody could make mindless spectacle, and nobody does it better than Michael Bay, so fuck off with that shit. Listen for the click. But once VFX became available to anybody to make mindless spectacle could be made by anybody, which means it lost its bite. It lost its power. Now you can't get by just making mindless spectacle. If it's dross, if it's dreck, we're gonna call it out because we have nothing better to do because we have nothing to fucking watch. Yeah. And then, for no reason whatsoever, of all the anachronisms in this fucking series, in this show alone, this is probably the hardest one to believe. Can you fucking believe that car is spinning its tires? Fuck off. And to be fair, I'm not a car guy. That may actually be legit, but I fucking doubt it. Yeah. Oh, and then there's this. Yeah, he's still doing this pose. So I recruited a friend of mine for some help here.
Stop it. Get some help, sir.
If you've never come across Caucasian Sasquatch over on YouTube, he's one of the best follows I've got, and loads of fun. I do occasionally stream with him and Samuel the Infamous as well. But this was the first thing that came to mind when I saw that pose.
Stop it. Get some help, sir.
Yeah, definitely. Stop it. Get some help. No, Robbie, he's fucking not. He's a fucking drunken piece of shit. Just because you repeat a lie doesn't make it magically true. Yeah. And, of course, then there's the terrible ADR to end this show. This is the last shot of the episode. Thank fuck this is over. It is very clear that Brendan Gleeson says, "Get me Ben Reilly." It is not clear that that is what this guy, in fact, says, the mayor. It sounded far more high-pitched. To me, it sounded like he said, "Get me something really." Or maybe he said, "Get me Riley" instead of Ben Reilly, but he did definitely not say, "Get me Ben Reilly." Yeah, the next thing I have written down here is recommendation. My recommendation? I would never. I like you people far too much for that. That would be mean. Yeah. And, yeah, so glad I only have one left. I did make a note earlier that I wanted to check the casting, so let's move on to the cast and crew here. Who did the casting for this? And again, we have a whack ton of... We just have a whack fuck of fucking producers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 different fucking producers. Okay. Give me just a second here. Who did the casting for Spider Noir? Now, I'm fine with, Cage having been brought in. Okay, let's bring this up then. Casting. Fuck off, I'm not signing up. Creator, stars, production info. I'm not going to IMDb Pro because I don't have that kind of money. Crew. Okay, let's go back to the page I was just on. We'll get to the trivia in just a minute. Let me see here. Cast. And again, I want to shout out Andrew Lewis Caldwell. Let's have a look at his body of work, because I don't know how much he's done. And, wow, there is a difference in his look, huh? Spider Noir, Matrix Resurrections. I haven't seen this. I have no interest in it. Haunt, I haven't seen either. Or College. He's got 68 credits, and he's a director and a writer. That might explain why he's so much better than some of the other cast members. Let's see what we've got down here. What is the very first thing he's done? He's in The Librarians. Okay, start off with The Pickup Artist. Come to the Bernie Mac show. I don't know what this is. Medium. Sounds familiar, but I don't know if I saw it. Tenacious D and The Pick of Destiny. Okay. Dark Carnival. My Name is Earl was a good show. I never watched Hannah Montana. I was far too old for that, and that would have been creepy as fuck. Destiny, are you paying attention? Transformers. He was the cafe kid. So he bit part Avatar The Last Airbender. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. American Dad. He's done voices for. Might explain why his voice does sound familiar. How I Met Your Mother. Let's see. What else have we got here? Randy Cunningham, 9th Grade Ninja. Okay, that's more voice acting. That might explain why he's actually so good on camera, because he's done so much voice acting. He's feeling cooped up. Let's see. Anything else here I recognize? The Librarians, that was from 8 years ago. He's significantly older than I thought he was. Henry Danger. The Bellman. Deathloop. Welcome to Paradise. Matrix Resurrections. I'm not sure what any of this is, but that's fine. Okay, but again, it's another actor to watch. So, let's see. Composer, cinematographer, editor, casting director, Rachel Tenner. What else has Rachel Tenner been involved with as a casting director? Fargo, Severance. See, I don't know much about these. Let me just remove these two, and we'll check her credits here. I have a suspicion there's going to be a lot of really, really good things on here. Crush. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Let's see. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I actually really enjoyed that film. If you get a chance to watch it, it's probably some of Ben Stiller's best work. Definitely some of Sean Penn's, because he keeps his mouth shut for most of it. What else have we got here? Horrible Bosses 2, I haven't seen. Unfinished Business, same. Zoolander 2, I've seen. I don't think the casting deserved that, but Let's see. Waco. Waco was actually really good. Legacy of White-tailed Deer Hunter. Catch-22. Is that a remake? Oh, it was a miniseries. Why? They had a movie. Get Shorty TV series. I did enjoy the original Get Shorty movie, but I haven't seen this. She did a casting for the Fast Saga. That's an easy job. Red Notice. Yeah, not bad. Joe Pickett. This sounds familiar, and it seems to me like everybody talks well about it. So there's that. The Consultant. I know people who actually very much enjoyed that. I've never seen it. Fargo I've seen parts of, and it was good. American Primeval I need to see. I've been told over and over and over again that this is very good. Severance, same thing. I've been told it's very good. I'm not interested in watching it. I don't know why they're doing this, but yeah, okay. That's a different Anaconda than I'm thinking of. This might be one of the best casting jobs she's done, to be honest. Let's move over to... Who else do we have here? Set decor. See, these people disappear into the background. I don't recognize any issues with costume design or set decoration. So, yeah. Makeup, all the technical people seem to be doing fairly well. It's the writing continuity is terrible. Some of the anachronisms, just trash. But by and large, everybody else who isn't on screen seems to be doing very good. A lot of the on-screen talent is doing amazing work too. Brendan Gleeson, Andrew Caldwell, the people playing various characters, they all do very good work. Now, let's talk about the trivia. This hurts. Do I have any spoilers down here? No, okay. It doesn't matter. You guys don't come here because you want to watch the show. You come here because you want to watch me suffer watching the show, don't you, you bastards? I know, I'm onto you. The episode includes the bar fight, which was one of the very first ideas Nicolas Cage came up with for Spider-Noir while voicing the character in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. The sequence occurs after Ben Reilly drinks in a bar, overhears patrons blaming the Spider for the city's recent chaos, exits, masks up, and returns for a drunken brawl. Yeah, a hero who suffers from a bruised, sensitive fucking ego. That's just what we want. Did you hear the click? I'll do it again. There you go. Yeah. The scene carries forward Cage's earlier connection to the character while translating the animated noir persona into live-action physical comedy and superhero action. No, it's not physical a bar fight is not physical comedy. There are potential comedic moments in it, but a bar fight is fight choreography. It's not physical comedy. There's a big fucking difference. Falling through a window on your fucking ass is not the same as dodging a punch and doing something creative with the hand that was throwing it. During the bar fight, yeah, this is the scorpion thing. During the bar fight, the Spider attaches a web to an enemy's face, pulls the unwebbed opponent toward him, actually past him, and delivers the line, "Get over here!" The phrasing echoes the signature taunt of Scorpion from the Marvel Combat. Okay, I want to see that crossover video game. Put Wolverine up against Sub-Zero. Let's have some fun. Come to think of it, I've been thinking about doing IP Blender stuff, so I might. The phrasing echoes the signature taunt of Scorpion from the Mortal Kombat franchise, a spear and pull attack accompanied by the same command and frequently voiced by series co-creator Ed Boon. Cage anchored his vocal performance on a stated blend of 70% Humphrey Bogart and 30% Bugs Bunny. Nah, what's up, Doc? Really? Bugs Bunny. All comics are not the same, Nick. Okay, all cartoons are not the same. All comics are not the same. Batman and Bugs Bunny are really fucking different. You twit. You twat, even. A comic sensibility that accommodates pop culture. Who's glazing whose balls here? That flourishes of this kind within the drunken brawl. The sequence stands as the season's centerpiece action set piece. Really? This is supposed to be your hall fight scene? The old boy Daredevil hall fight? This bar fight was meant to be your hallway scene? Why? The earlier fight on the skyscraper between Flint, Sandman, and the Spider, Riley, were better. Far better. Was better, sorry. mixing my fucking cases here because of this shit. Okay. Built around the character's organic web shooters and prolonged physical choreography. I'll give them this. There aren't a lot of... There's no smash cutting. So that's good. There are actual sequences within the bar fight. I'll give them praise for that. The episode title refers to the 1993 song Nobody's Hero by Rush. How the fuck would you know that? This is something else that needs to be for IMDb. When you're giving us trivia like this, we need sources. You know, if this is an honest source giving this, even if you only said source, unnamed production member, or something. I mean, this is trash. This is hearsay. If the episode title references the 1993 song Nobody's Hero by Rush. Rush released Nobody's Hero, which is a damn fucking banger of a song, by the way, as the fourth track on their album Counterparts in 1993. The phrase also suits their narrative arc of the 7th episode, where Ben really hits his emotional nadir. Jesus, could you fucking floss with his cock any harder? Following the betrayal of Cat Hardy and his ordeal under Dr. Faber's procedure, stumbling into a bar where drunken workers mock the Spider. He didn't stumble into the bar. He went to the bar sober. He went there on purpose to go get hammered. The episode builds towards the season's centerpiece bar fight action scene, staged with long takes that emphasize the character's drunken imbalance and comic physicality. There's a little bit of drunken master in there. The problem is, in order to really emphasize that, you don't show the other guys. You show the fucking guy who's drunk. And they didn't do a great job of that. So there's a little bit of bad choreography and a lot of bad camera work involved there. A lot of bad cinematography choices. Which might be the first time I've actually been disappointed by the cinematography in this. Cage developed the bar fight. So did Nicolas Cage do the fight choreography for this? That explains a few things. For the character, dating back to his voice work on Into the Spider-Verse, carrying it forward as a central set piece. Okay, Megawatt's quote, "Raise out the written troubles of the brain," is from the play Macbeth. Yeah, again, he likes to quote Shakespeare. That character quoting Shakespeare is fucking great. It's entertaining as fuck. Now, let's see, where are we? Yeah, we'll come back to here. Let me get rid of all of this garbage. Because with no power comes no responsibility. Yeah. Let the past die. Kill it if you have to. In other words, let's be as iconoclastic as possible to every single IP anyone cares about. Okay. You want my rating for this? Shit. I don't know how the ratings for these episodes continue to go up on IMDb. If it wasn't for that, that's the only thing I can explain it by, is someone is paying for these ratings. Why is beyond me. They blew so much money making a terrible show, and now they're going to throw good money after bad to get ratings that it doesn't fucking deserve. I'll never understand it, and I don't care to. Other than that, I mean, please support me. I don't want to keep doing this for cheap. I did talk about the various things I'm going to be doing in the next few days. Speaking of things I'm going to be doing, later today, in about 3 hours, a little less, so about probably an hour after this goes up, or 2 hours after this goes up, at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, I will be over on Yiz the Unix channel, serving as her fill-in co-host for Discordant Dragons. Pop on by, say hello. Also, consider following Caucasian Sasquatch. He's good shit. Okay, folks, I am getting the hell out of here because, well, I need a cigarette after all that suffering. In any case, I hope you're doing well. I hope you continue to do well. Don't forget to use the hashtag July is White History Month to highlight the good things about our heritage. And, as always, rise and rise again until lambs become lions. Bye-bye.